Okay, I'm going to show you how to carry a lot of heavy camera gear and do it for hours without a lot of strain. This is not the way to do it. This puts a lot of strain on my neck. This puts strain on my shoulders. I can't get to the gear very easily in any of these solutions. So I'm going to show you the right way to do it. Now, this rig here is from Newswear.com, and I can carry a lot of gear with this. I have a 70 to 200 millimeter lens in here with the shroud on it. Get quick access to that. I have an SB900 flash in its case here. And then in some of these other compartments I have a 50 millimeter lens, I have a 2x converter, I have other gear in here. And this is all very comfortable. The weight is pretty much straight down. I've got some of the weight on my hips and a lot of the weight on the shoulders, but it's pretty much straight down, so it's pretty comfortable. Now, I've got my SLR right here, so I can swing that up and I can shoot any which way I want. And again, this weight is pretty much straight down, and so it's not pulling on my neck like a typical neck strap. So I can cover an event. I've got access to a lot of gear pretty quickly. I can, of course, shoot, do what I need to do. I even carry a point and shoot usually in this little pouch here. I can carry a small video camera with me. The video camera I'm shooting this with, a little Canon. So I can carry all the gear I need really to cover an event with this setup right here. Now I'm going to show you another option. Okay, I've published a couple of videos about how to carry heavy camera gear, and in this video we're going to take a look at the ThinkTank belt system. And it's a system that I use, again, sometimes when I want to travel a little bit lighter than using my Newswear vest. Still comfortable, still keeping the weight down on your hips, and there are various options that you can use. I'm going to just explore a few of them here in this video. In response to a couple of my other videos, I've had people ask about the ThinkTank system. And it's a modular system that comes with a belt, and you can buy these various carriers, pouches, whatever you want to call them, in different sizes and shapes to carry gear. And the reason I didn't touch on ThinkTank, I was familiar with them before, and I have some of their products, as you can see. I didn't touch on them before because really for me it's not a practical solution most of the time. Right now I have a couple of ThinkTank items on my Spider belt, and I'll also show you what they're like on a ThinkTank belt. But to make a long story short, there's a lot of weight on my waist right now. I have a 70 to 200 VR2 lens in here, which, I like being able to put it on here with the hood in place. I've called that a shroud before and people jump all over me for that. And then over here I have a SB900 flash, and I have a 2x teleconverter and a 50 millimeter lens in here as well. And really, that is all I dare carry with this type of a setup, because I've got a lot of weight on my waist right now, which I'd rather have it there than on my shoulders, granted, but still, you can only load up so much around your waist, in my opinion, and work effectively. By the way, I have these so that the Velcro is disabled, and I just stick them in the top here so that I can get to my lens very quickly. So it's a flexible system. The ThinkTank system is a nice system, but you're putting a lot of weight on your waist. Now, I do like using the Spider holster with the system. That's why I'm using the Spider belt here instead of the ThinkTank belt. They're going to come out with an attachment that you can put the Spider receiver holster here on your ThinkTank belt, but they haven't come out with that yet, and there's not a real practical, good way to do that, in my opinion, yet. But anyway, I have access to my digital SLR right here, very easy, very quick and easy. Notice I have the strap here for safety, because again, if this belt gives way, my camera is going to hit the ground. And I got a lot of weight on this puppy right now. It hasn't given way yet, and I've used it this way, and I haven't had any problems, but this strap is just here for safety. It's not supporting any weight. So next we'll take a look at the actual ThinkTank belt with more equipment on it, and we'll talk about that. Now I have a ThinkTank belt on. This is their medium priced belt. They have one that is completely unpadded, and then they have this padded one, and then they have one, I think they'll steroid belt, that's even thicker and more padded than this. This belt is more comfortable than the standard belt. I have them both, and with a fair amount of weight you can get by with this system. Now let me tell you a couple of the drawbacks. When I'm walking, if I put this around front, it's going to bump my leg. And again, I want this long enough to have my 70 to 200 lens with the hood on it. I don't want to be reversing hoods and all that nonsense when I'm at a shoot. So you want this around a little bit on your side so that you can walk and your leg doesn't bump into it. So that limits what you can carry in front of you here. Also, I want to have quick access to the camera. I mean, that's the whole point. I'm shooting, so I want to have quick access to the camera, so you're not going to put anything right here. Now, I have this little bum bag here in the back where you can put little knickknacks and things you want to get to, like your digital video camera or whatever. So that's out of the way, and that's a place I can get to quickly. And then over here, I have this other bag, which again, I have my flash, big flash in here. And a lot of times I wouldn't carry that. I'd carry something else in here. And if this flash is not with me, this is a good place to stash my lens when I'm switching lenses. When I take this 24 to 70 lens off, I can stash it right in here, then pull this lens out, slap it on, so I have a place to work without having to worry about setting something down. And again, back in the back here, I've got my 50 millimeter and my 2x converter. So I've got most of the gear that I really need at a typical shoot on me right now. So I can pretty much comfortably all day go like this. People ask about the straps that they have. They have optional straps that you can put, suspenders over your shoulders. So if I'm going to go to all that trouble, I'm going to wear my Newswear vest because it's got all that built in. It has support on the waist and on the shoulders, which I've shown you earlier in this video, and it carries all of my gear. So it carries even more gear than I'm carrying right now. So if I'm going to go that route, I'm going to wear the Newswear vest. I'm sorry, that's just the way I'm going to do it. It's less expensive. Then you start adding up and buying all of this gear, it gets more expensive than the Newswear vest, and the Newswear vest, I can carry everything. Okay, and yes, there is another option. If you really want to travel with more weight and you want to distribute it a little better on your waist and so forth, use both the Spider holster belt, you can see I have it here, and the ThinkTank padded belt. So now let's say that I'm covering an event and I don't want to travel with quite as much gear, but I want to have my 24 to 70 lens here, and I want to have my 70 to 210 lens handy. So I can go with a rig like this, and I have quick access to most of the range that I need. I can go anywhere from 24 millimeter to 200 millimeter here with just these two lenses. And this is a pretty comfortable setup. I've got what's called a Spider holster here, where I'm parking this, which all the weight of this heavy digital SLR with the Pro glass on it, all the weight is on my hips here, and it's kind of straight down. Comfortable. I can go all day long like this. There's no stress on my shoulders. This one lens in this bag offers very little stress on my shoulders. So right now this feels very light to me, even though this is a heavy lens. It's just one lens. So if I want to go with just two lenses and the camera body, so in other words I'm traveling relatively light, I can go with this setup, and it seems to work pretty good for me. Now sometimes I'll go to an event and all I'll need is the 24 to 70 lens. That's all the coverage I need, so I don't need this bag with me at all. So I can just go with the Spider holster and with this rig. Now the Spider holster, I can use it without this strap. I just kind of use this strap as a safety in case I drop the camera. But you don't need this strap at all. You can park it in the Spider holster. It's very good. It's very secure. And you can take it out and shoot, boom, boom. And some people call this shooting naked, where you don't have any strap on it at all. But just for safety reasons, I usually like to keep this strap on. This is made out of a dog leash, by the way. I just kind of keep that strap on there just as added safety. In case I'm bringing it out, it slips out of my hand or whatever, it's never going to hit the ground. So there we go. You ready to shoot away and be relatively comfortable all day long, even though this is a heavy digital SLR combination with this Pro glass on it. This thing's pretty heavy. CraigShipp.com. Learn a lot more.